Just waiting for Megan to join.
There we go.
Hello.
I got ya.
Oh my god, like I can use a filter to make myself look prettier.
Wait, how do you do that?
Looks pretty. There's like little stars up there.
Oh my
Do I look
God.
prettier?
I mean, like you look good.
Just like there's applause, you know?
Oh, I got this. I'm like, I know people always do the beauty filter, but I've just never looked at how to do it myself?
You're beautiful.
Oh,
I
wait.
love the fish one, the fish eye one.
I don't even know what one that was.
That one. That's yeah.
Ah.
We should just both do it like that. Is that a lot or no? Is it too much? No, I like it.
Wow. How do I know? How do I get the
Yeah.
beautiful one? How do I know I look beautiful?
Oh wait, there.
Oh, no, that's not
There's
it.
different ones. This is too much. That's this is like obviously. Is this obvious? If you didn't
Yeah,
know me, you do.
yeah. People know.
People think I'm this red. How
I think you look beautiful without it.
about this? Simple. Oh, we could do hearts because we are the channel of love and relationships and dating and single life and
Yeah, true.
hormones.
And do they in hormones?
Yeah.
Oh God, let me tell you about hormones.
Oh, I want to hear you tell me about hormones.
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Beth, we got people on. Okay, I didn't think anyone was
oh.
listening. Okay, so Beth, let's talk about hygiene.
Hygiene?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to talk about hygiene?
Just when you're showing up like on a first date or something.
Right, okay.
What kind of hygiene do you want to see in a man? Or like what's like something that would just set you off? Like, no.
In a man?
Yeah. You're like, no, like, I need to go home now. I don't want to
Right,
see it.
okay. Well, like, in terms of what I need, like, from hygiene, I need someone to be, I mean, it's like well put together, obviously.
Mhm.
And I feel like just basic hygiene? Like,
So
I
like,
don't ask for too
what's like a
much.
no-no? Like, what's a
Okay.
no-no? Like, what's
If I can
something that
smell your,
if you
if I can
smell
smell
it?
your BO, if
Okay.
I can smell your BO, um, you have to have your teeth brushed. Um, like, I just don't want to smell you or see like things hanging out of you.
Like the video is just that. That's human.
I mean, that's okay. Like, I get it. People might get like a little bit nervous and sweaty. I mean, like, I legit am like the biggest nervous sweater on the face of the earth. But I feel like, okay, do you want examples here?
Yeah.
Like, okay, because
Okay.
I will tell you, I understand. Like, I'm pretty understanding, right? Of like, a bit of nervous, but that's all good. But then there's a level that you know that people just didn't try.
Yes. Yes.
So, for example, one time, there's just this one person that stands out in my mind, and I will never forget it. And I am scarred for life from this experience.
Hey, do tell. I'm like hanging on the edge of my seat right now.
I'm like, I don't know if this will be, you know, offensive or not, but I just gotta tell you. Um, so one time, I think it was, so I went on a couple dates with this person. First date, great. Didn't smell a thing. It was nice. It was kind of like, it was kind of quirky, but I was like, I like that. I like weird people. Um, and then the second date, he picked me up, and I knew that he had just gotten off work. And as soon as I got in the car, it was just overwhelming, Megan. It was just overwhelming. And like his car smelled like it. He smelled like it. Everything smelled like it, just like after you've been working all day. Like
Yeah,
there's a difference between just like some normal BO and then like after you've been working all day. Like I
yeah,
smell after I've been working all day.
yeah,
But then it just seemed like he picked me up from the date and he's a chef or like a cook. Um,
yeah.
and you could tell, you know? So anyways, we go out. We went to, where did we go? The arcade, I believe it was. And it was just so strong. And anyways, I ended up back at his place.
Oh, yes, he's that rustic PO, is
No,
the whole
it was it
pheromones
was
in that.
mainly because back in those days I didn't have the
I
confidence to
grew
be
on
like,
you.
he asked me if I wanted to go back and I knew I didn't want to. Not just because of the BO, because of like how he was, but I did back in those days I was kind of like, okay, because I didn't know how to say no back then.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of going back home. He sweat so profusely all over me and just didn't acknowledge it. Like,
Okay,
I'm
okay,
talking
so
about
did
like
you
full on like sweat all over
get it in your
me.
mouth? Did you ever have someone sweat in your mouth?
And like it was, I think I was turned the other way, but his whole bed smelled like it. Like it smelled like he hadn't washed his sheets in like a long time.
And you're just like, I can't say no. I can't say no.
I don't know why I let myself get into this situation, and it was awful. And then, so he's like sweating all over me. And then after it was all like said and done, I stayed there for the night because it was like kind of out of the way, out of the city. Also like dangerous situation, so like don't recommend. Um, after it was all said and done, then he like made me snuggle into his armpit.
I love it.
And then I just like laid there on his chest, but like in his armpit all day, and it was just so
But
brutal.
you
And
just want to like,
I'm talking to the extent that I went to work the next day after I'd washed, like I had gotten a shower, and
yeah,
it was still so strong that like we went in the back room, like in our break room, and I was like telling my friends about the experience and how like horrified I was. Also, he had left hickeys like all over my neck, which was totally uncalled for. Um, and so we went in the break room. And like one of my friends like just came like close to my hair and immediately came back and was like, no. They were so horrified. Like it was
did you shampoo your hair?
awful. Yeah, I think so, as far as I can remember. And I swear to God, like I shit you not, it took at least a couple more washes to be able to get that scent out of my hair. At least a few more, I would say.
Oh,
Sorry,
that now,
you said yeah, all you had to say was hi.
scent all over you. What?
All you had to say was hygiene, and I'm so triggered.
Yeah, do you want to know what my thing is that I'll say no to? Like if I see this, it's just an automatic no because once I see it's all I can see, it's all I can think about, and that's it. It's
What?
fingernails. Some people just
Yes,
don't trim
yes,
their
yes,
fingernails.
yes, yes, yes,
I don't
yes,
know
yes.
why, and I can't handle it. It's just that is my biggest thing. It's like
Yeah,
I just see that and I'm like, no,
yeah,
I'm sorry, I gotta
no.
go home.
No, I know exactly what you mean. And I think that's where it comes into like being well groomed because
Yeah.
I understand everyone, runs into BO at times and this and that. It was just that that specific experience was like stood out to me, you know? So like when you said hygiene, I'm just like, oh, I'm scarred from this experience. But fingernails, yes. Toenails, I don't want to look like you can climb trees with those. Like
But that it's just so freaking out. Like it's like nails on chalkboard. The nails. Like it's just like I see it, and that's the way I feel. Like why? Why would you ask me to go on a date and you show up with these long nails? Like you could have, you had time. Like
I know because
I'm just like some people not think about it, not know about it. Like I don't.
yeah, yeah,
Like it's just far too often that this
yeah.
is happening.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
It
sorry.
annoys
Bye.
me. And like we don't ask, I feel like we don't ask for too much. Like look at my nails right now. It's like I don't have like these fancy like well done nails or anything like that. However, even if they're short, it doesn't look like
Being fake.
daggers. It
Yeah.
doesn't look like I'm gonna claw you. It doesn't look
Some
like
people,
whatever. It doesn't
some
look
people
like I'm
want
gonna
to
climb a
daggers.
tree. But also, look,
You can
it's
have
like
ice balls.
I put
You don't need
over
to
an
touch it.
hour into my look. It's like typically, I mean, I know this is not the case for all people, but generally the people that I went on dates with, at least the men that I went on dates with, they're not wearing makeup. It's like if they're not wearing makeup, they don't have as much time to spend on their hair and stuff. So I'm like, the least you could do if I'm going to spend over an hour, 2 hours. I mean, if you're on a date, let's be real, we're spending like 2 hours on our look, between like hair and makeup, outfit, and all that.
And she
If we're
gets in
going
the
to do
bedroom.
that, you can at least like cut fingernails, like,
Take you 5 minutes. Like,
yeah, exactly. At least have
yeah,
well
well, that's it.
trimmed. Yeah.
Yes, but that, I'm talking like I've seen people.
Oh God. Like I'm gonna throw up.
Like some of the nails are done. You're like, oh, this is fine, and then so you're going finger by finger. Great, 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 great. Pinky nails, like super long. I'm like, are you? Is it? And it gets me wondering, like, is it?
Hmm.
What is that for? Why? Like, why did you go and leave that one long? Is it for like snorting crack? Do you snort crack?
I don't
Whatever.
know
Is
how
it
that
like a
works. I don't.
drug
I
nail?
don't.
Like,
Like
yeah,
I
like
know what you
concrete
mean. I know
nails,
what you're getting at.
Like, it's like, what's that for? Like, get rid of it. I don't care. You're gonna have to stop your drug
Yeah.
habit.
I love that you just brought that up for the
What?
reason. So I mean, like, not gonna say their name, but the person that I am seeing right now.
What?
This is like the biggest source of like contention in our relationship.
Wait, wait.
They just
What's
try to
her
make
name?
that thanky even with their finger. I love
That's
that.
funny. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. It's like a super that long.
Okay, so the person that I'm currently seeing, this is like the biggest source of contention. I swear to God. They're a well-groomed person, it's like they like to put their outfits together, very nice looking, like they put effort in. But they cut their nails.
Yeah.
They certainly cut their nails. But for some reason when they cut their nails, they do one side and then the other side and they don't cut that point on their
What?
fingernails. And yes, and I don't understand what has happened. And I asked it, I'm just like,
He just wants to
why?
give you
I'm
a
like, I'm just like, it takes nothing to cut
love
off
this
that
later.
point. And he will not cut off that point. No matter how many times I bring it up, and it's like we're watching a show right now, and like encourage like good like male grooming and all that stuff. And there's still a point on their fingernail. And I'm just like, I don't comprehend. I'm like, why am I continue to say this? And like, this is like my one thing. You still, I look at your fingernail. I'm sorry, clearly a self-defense tool.
Self-defense.
Against
What's the
what?
reason?
Against what
I
is what I
got
want to
it.
know. Because he actually has made that joke before, something similar about like self-defense or something like that. And I'm like, okay, if I actually see you ever use that for self-defense, sure. But like, that is just a cop-out answer.
You want to know something?
Yes.
Even if it's used as a tool, like some people grow out their nails on one
Hmm.
hand because they are a classical guitar player. I can't even. I'm sorry, like
Right.
classical guitar players are off
Right.
my list, I guess, because
Yeah.
it's just like even when I know it's for that, I'm still like I don't know. Like maybe I'm not saying never, but like
Mm.
I'm pretty sure they're off my list. I
Right.
cannot do
Yeah.
a classical guitar player.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And like he's since cut them shorter, but I
Yeah,
still see
they're
the
always
point. I
yeah.
still see the point, and
That's
as
not, I mean, you're not gonna see that like on a first date, like unless you're really inspecting.
yeah,
That's not you're gonna notice more like
yeah. It's like it's not that they're
you're
so
already
long that it like
caught up in the
it's not that I
situation.
can like feel it or anything like that. It's like it's still short enough that you don't really notice.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, why can't I still see a point? I'm like, just pile up the goddamn point. I am so passionate about this. But I want to know, like, why did you bring this up? What triggered your thoughts about like hygiene?
I've just always seen this fingernail situation. I
Right.
don't know.
Okay. I
I
didn't
don't
know
know.
if there was like a
I'm just
specific
wondering why.
moment. Right. Okay.
Like for the most part, I see women going around with like well-groomed nails or they're
Yeah.
done or
Hmm.
whatever. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on
Hmm.
with men? I
Great
don't know.
question. What's going on with
Who
men?
cares? I guess
Yeah.
like maybe like during like COVID, people let themselves go and they forgot into their
Mm-mm,
hygiene
mm-mm, mm-mm.
habits.
No, no,
No?
no. I do
Yeah.
not accept.
No. Unacceptable.
I do not accept. No, because I think that these things have been going on before COVID. I think that COVID has, look, I'm not saying that COVID's an excuse for everything that people have experienced. However, I think for certain things, yeah, some people are using it as an excuse. And I think that
Yeah.
that's one of them is grooming because yeah, initially with COVID and stuff, like hairdressers were closed and all that. That's still like hairdressers have been really open for a long time
Yeah.
for the most part. And it's like you can still groom yourself. I don't think that that's an excuse for anything. Like I don't like people who are just like, oh well, it's COVID. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's COVID. Guess what? I'm still keeping myself groomed,
Yeah.
you know? So
And
like,
even COVID itself became a better version of itself the next year. So,
yeah, exactly.
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Level up.
Yeah.
Pivot,
And if
pivot.
anything, I know that some people, were like worked harder during COVID. Not everyone had that break during quarantine, but many people did have a lot more time with themselves to notice these things. So I don't take COVID as an excuse. I noticed a lot more about myself during COVID. I'm like, oh my God, Beth, you've been going out of the house like this? So no, I don't accept it, especially at this point in the pandemic. It's like we're more than 2 years into this. We've had enough time to figure shit out. You can file your fingernails.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh on people like in general, but this is also coming from personal experience that I'm like, you can file your fingernails. I do
Yeah.
not accept.
Yeah. People need to do better because we often blame stuff, like blame our shortfalls on something.
Yeah,
And sometimes
absolutely.
we just need to like just hear it and just do better. Just have some
Yeah,
standards for yourself.
yeah, yeah,
On one
exactly.
top, like
I know you usually see me like every time you call me, I'm like in bed, like hood up, like just complete like scum of the earth. Okay, so what is it about the fingernails that like bothers you? Like, because obviously I have my thing with like the dagger fingernails, but when you think of fingernails, is it just like not well groomed nails in general? Like, what is it that comes to mind?
it just irks me. Like
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe it's because like
But
mom
like,
started
what
on
irks you though? Like, is it just like having uneven fingernails, like cuticles not pushed back?
it.
Because that also bothers
Right.
me.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, Well, definitely like the unevenness.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, like dirty nails. What?
Mm.
And I'm sorry, I'm just getting triggered. I can't even say this like an adult right now. But I don't know, just long nails
Yeah. Hmm.
just gets to me.
Yeah. Hmm.
Especially, but like especially when you see like one that's just like super long, like or like maybe
No.
two on this hand. That I'm just like, you were
It's,
doing fine until I looked at your nails. Like,
I know. That's the thing. Men can be doing great until we see like their fingernails or something that's like kind of like bleh. And then
yeah,
it's like, no, I can't. If you can't keep an even fingernail, then why would I trust you to be my partner? You know?
yeah, yeah. Like I want to be the more gross one.
Exactly. But
Like
I also
I
think,
want to have to like okay, I got like my standards, and then it's like I want someone to be better than me, and then
yeah. Hmm.
I can like be, you know, just
You want to
level
be the
up. I
ugly
want to
one in
level
the
up.
relationship. No, I just get frustrated because, okay, I'm gross. Like, I do gross things. Girls do gross things too, like, whatever. However, it's like, if we're going on a date, it's like, typically we like to get dressed up. We like to do
Yeah,
our hair. We like to put on a bit of makeup. We like to do things to put in effort. So it's like a guy usually, just has like fix his hair, like splash some water on his face and get dressed. And so it's like, why can't you keep an even fingernail? It's like
yeah,
I do like cut girls more slack in that regard because there's a lot more maintenance in general. We're shaving our armpits, we're shaving our
yeah.
bikini lines, we're shaving our legs and different things like that. Even though I don't shave my legs very much, not gonna lie.
That's
But
crazy.
it's like we're just doing more things like in general. And so it bothers me when men can't do like the
Hi.
baseline maintenance. Oh, did you just
No,
cut out?
no, no. I'm just fixing up my filter. I didn't realize I still had it
Oh.
on. I thought I actually did good.
But I mean, like, just like when the effort's put in, like, we don't have to do that every single day, but I feel like we do generally put in a little bit more effort into our appearance in that way,
Yeah,
So when men don't do
especially
the
if we're going to go.
baseline things.
Yeah, especially if we're going to go on a first date or whatever. We're showing up a certain type of way.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Then if
And
you're
it's like you can
impressed,
file your fingernails for this?
yeah, yeah, exactly. It just like shows like the low effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Put on a clean shirt, like get a
Hmm.
shower,
Yeah.
like cut your
Not too
nails,
much to
like
ask for.
get a shower. Yeah,
If you're
like
working in the
change your
kitchen,
underwear.
if you're a cook and you've been sweaty and busy all day, like I'd rather you show up a half an hour later because you got a shower rather than
Yeah,
be on time.
exactly. Yes, yes. I appreciate that extra half hour. Anyways.
Yeah. I feel very passionate about this.
Oh no, I know.
This topic got
No,
me fired up.
I know. It gets me fired up too. It's just like why?
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm sure there's like lots of gross things that you can point out about me, but I'm just for the sake of the conversation, I really wanted to point out like what my like it's okay to have a couple non-negotiables
Yeah,
in dating. Like,
absolutely.
it's not sensible to have this big old list of like, no, no, no.
Mm,
He wears these type of shoes, so no. Or like he wears this type of socks, or you know what I mean? Like there's all these
hmm.
little picky
Yeah.
things. Like can't go like that.
Hmm.
But it's okay to have some non-negotiables for yourself.
Hmm.
Like you see
Yeah,
it, it's like
for sure.
and like
Yeah.
nails, fingernails is that for me. And if you smell like
Yeah.
a butt, like if you smell like a butt crack, like sorry, like I can breathe that in on now I can date.
Oh,
Mm-mm. Have you ever been around someone
it smells like a
where
butt
it's like
crack.
you smell them and
I
and
can't.
they're
I
like,
can't even go there.
yeah.
Have you?
No, I'm not talking about in certain situations where it's like unfortunate that it's a case they had to smell like that. But I'm talking
Yeah.
about
No,
like,
I know what you mean. I know what
yeah.
you mean. It's because of like lack of effort. I haven't, but there's a couple things I want to bring up.
Like we should take out a PowerPoint presentation for this.
I know. love that all that you had to say was like hygiene, and I'm like, wow, just you wait. I've been waiting to talk about this forever. I want to say, okay, so like, for example, I have certain things that I would consider like are gross about myself. You know, it's like everyone has their things. I sweat so much. Like not just like because I'm hot. I'm like one of the coldest people in the world, but I am so sweaty. It's like anxiety sweat. I think it's just anxiety sweats more than anything.
Yeah.
Um, like the other or yesterday, you know, I was going out to meet a couple of new people I'd never met before. And like I wasn't nervous, but then my body was nervous, and I was just like I had this like light sweater on, but then before I went out, I noticed like within not even a half an hour of having it on, like you could already see my sweat stains. So frustrating. So that's one of my things. You know, it's just like everyone has their
Your
things,
sweat
and I
smells
know
good.
that. But no, it does not. Stress sweat smells the worst. Stress sweat smells
What's
worse
it?
than like just regular like workout sweat, you know, whatever you call that.
What kind of smell is it?
Just awful. I think I told you the other day, didn't I, that I smelled like pasta or something? But like
Oh yeah.
pasta's great, but when you know it's
Yeah.
coming from sweat, it's disgusting when you smell like Italian food.
That smells like Italian when
I
she
smell
cooks
like cheese, and I love cheese. Like not when it's coming from my
it. Corn.
body. Anyways, this is one of my problems. So what did I do? I went to the store and went to the health food store, so I got like some natural like deodorant wipes because I
Mm.
know that to like have those while I'm on the go because I know this is something that can happen to me, especially if I'm in situations where I'm a little more nervous and anxious. So now I
Yeah.
have these little packs of deodorant wipes while I'm on the go. And you know,
Yeah.
like there's just a few different things that I think that people have. You know, that's just one example for me. But I think that once you know those things about yourself, I think it is important to like to recognize and do what you can to, just stay decent.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little bit out of your control. So like, I say that, but take it with a grain of salt. But the other thing that I want to bring up is the clipping of the nails.
The clipping of the nails.
Yeah.
Oh, like that. Right, because we can't stand the nail issue. The long fingernails are just blah. Okay. But the actual act of clipping, that's also an issue. Yes.
Mhm. So we say, obviously, we love the hygiene. We love people clipping their nails, not just clip, clip, and then leave a point. It has to be clip, clip, clip.
You're triggering me by even talking about this.
I'm
Yes,
not
we
even
want
making a little
to good
snap
hygiene, but
sound.
not around us. Do not clip your
That's
fingers.
what it
I
is.
don't want to hear it.
Like, again, not gonna say the name. Person 17, he knows not to do that. And I think he's even warned his father not to do that around me. It's like, that's here. Do not do that. Do not clip your nails. But it's just so
Clip
funny.
nails and
Like,
chalkboard stamp feeling again. It's like you hear it, you're like,
I never
clip.
want to. But I feel like I don't love hearing like anyone clip their nails. But I feel like if it was you, I don't care as much.
Yeah, I wouldn't care if it was you. Oh my god,
But you could
okay.
also do anything gross in front of me, and I wouldn't care. You
Yeah.
know?
I guess it's different maybe when it's like a romantic interest.
Yeah. But growing up, like, I mean, we hated hearing our dad clip his nails. Like
Yeah.
that is like triggering for us, I feel.
Yeah,
And
you
I don't know
want to do it
why.
around us, but do it, but not around us.
But he
Or
would do it even if I heard it in the washroom. Like he would go in the
no,
washroom, which had a fan on it and everything.
he
And
doesn't even
sometimes
go
he'd
to the
even turn the
upstairs.
tap on. But even hearing that, I would be
His
like, oh
dad
my
goes to that
God,
office at school to get.
you do everything in your office. Like, go away. Where does that come from?
Probably mom. She probably instilled that in us because I
Yeah.
think mom was like triggered by that. She's like,
Is
because
she?
you. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
probably
remember that. Like I don't remember her being like that, but maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, like mom's very much like, I feel like mom's like us.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It probably
And
does.
she's like
Yeah.
us, and, like she came first, so I assume
Mm,
maybe.
yeah. Makes sense. I want to know, like, I just want to know if other people are like that too. Like, is
Yeah.
that a normal thing for people to be like grossed out by hearing people clip their nails? I feel like that's normal.
Well, there was an episode of Boy Meets World
Mm,
where Corey and Topanga, I think they moved out like the university together or something, and they were like getting
right.
this new, and then like they were both clipping their toenails. It was fun. But like that episode stuck it because of the whole situation.
Clearly. I mean, that's like an old show too.
I know.
I don't bet there's a one episode from Boy Meets World. Oh my God. Oh, I can't even think about it. Like, just that sound, it goes right through me.
Yeah, and I think okay, you could do it. But I've had friends who've done that. Okay, I know why. I know why it's triggering for us with Dad
Why?
because it wasn't always in the washroom. It wasn't.
No.
I think like you could just do it wherever.
I'm gonna cry.
But then we had to say no, 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 stay there in the washroom, whatever. But my friend, I've been at sleepovers where a friend's just like, "Yeah, time to clip my nails right there in the bedroom," and it's just like on the floor. They just, I'm just, you're just gonna leave your nails on the floor. Like, what if I step on it? What if I hold on to my sock? It's like, and like I do my food somehow. What if I picked up a chip off the floor and I ate it and I didn't know?
Oh my God. I can't. I
I don't
can't.
know. I don't know. So some people are out there just leaving it on the floor. And I think that's
Yeah.
the issue is like maybe associated with like that kind of stuff. People just clipping their nails and you can just envision the nail flicking into the abyss and it could flick into your hair, it could flick into your mouth. Like, so don't be talking when someone's cutting their nails because you never know, you might get a nail in the
Did I ever tell you a story? Oh my God, what was it? I was listening
mouth.
to This American Life and it's
Oh,
embarrassing stories.
oh, really? I love that.
Megan, if you heard this story, I'm gonna like ruin it. Like you actually have to listen to it because I'm terrible at telling stories back as, as they were told.
Mm,
But what was it? So the person who had been like telling other people's embarrassing stories, she told one of hers.
mm,
You're gonna die. You're gonna die. They had ordered food, and I guess they'd been like eating food on the couch, and it had like cheese or something, like cheese curds or something. I can't even tell the story. So they'd been like eating their food, and then after like it was like a guy and a girl. So like the girl saw something on the couch, and I guess she
mm.
thought it was like a piece of cheese, like a piece of string cheese.
Yeah,
And so she takes it and she eats it.
yeah. Like you were.
It was not cheese. It was the dude, one of the dude's toenails.
Mm-mm.
She accidentally ate one of his toenails thinking it was cheese. Can you imagine? Like thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna like grab that piece of cheese. I mean, I do that all the time. I always eat in my bed and I'm just like, oh, let me just like
Yeah,
grab that
yeah,
crumb. Can you imagine just
yeah.
like going for a crumb or something and then having it be like someone else's
Hmm.
toenail? Like a toenail at that.
I bet. But yeah, a toenail. Not only was it a toenail, it was a toenail.
Not just like a piece of a fingernail, like a full on toenail.
Okay.
And like, I swear she was not making this shit up. Like, you can tell when someone's just like making up a story.
Oh
Like,
my
this was legit.
god. Yeah. Beth, do you
Oh
have
my
any embarrassing stories like that? Like you did something gross like that, or like you were the one that left the toenail on, or like that type of situation.
I mean, like, I would
Anything
absolutely be
embarrassing
that gross
happening?
person. I mean, I'm saying all these things with such a double standard because, like, I'm disgusting. But, like,
We keep
but
trying
the
to say
thing
like
that I
we
know,
know we're disgusting, but no.
but the thing is that, like, I know how to be disgusting discreetly. And I think that's the main thing. Is like we're all humans. We're all gross. We're all gonna do like gross things
Yeah.
naturally, but like do it in private. So like when I'm on my own, and that's a huge reason why I love having my own apartment too, because I was like, I'm here,
Get it all out.
not,
Get all the grossness out in your apartment
I'm not
by
at my
yourself.
own apartment right now, but when I go back tomorrow, you best believe all the grossness is gonna come out. And I think that's important though. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is my place where I can just like, just like literally be a bum, put on my like biggest oversized sweater, like biggest sweatpants, and just like get in bed with my takeout food, like, you know, last
Oh
or
yeah.
like last week when I was hungover and the next day at like 11 o'clock I ordered breakfast and I just like got my bed. I had stuff all over my floor and I had like my takeout box there and I just like in bed, just being like the grossest human being, but also living my best life. So those things are important, but there's a time
Yeah.
and place. There's like,
Oh yeah. Have you ever farted on a date
farted
where
on
they
a
heard
date.
it or smelled it?
No, but I have pooped in someone's apartment before.
Oh my God, I didn't know what you were gonna say. Okay, I pooped in someone's apartment. That's okay. I didn't know.
I know, but
I didn't
when
fart,
it's
but I
like, no, I didn't just fart, I pooped. Oh, Alvin just joined. What a time to join in our video.
that was like that poor time. Well,
Yeah.
you just did it in the apartment.
Yeah, but it's so
Cancel.
awkward because like I don't find I've been as much like this anymore since I started taking medication, but like I used to be like really bad. Like I knew. I love that people are joining right in this moment. I'm about to tell a poop story. Oh God. Um, but yeah, it's so like I used to be before I started taking medication, like I knew my poop schedule, like to a
Yeah,
T.
yeah,
And I was like, I know, especially the morning after drinking, I'm gonna wake up and I gotta poop. Like I know that's like my prime time, but like to an extent that like you can't hold it. Like it's not one of those that you can kind of like keep in. It's like when you wake up in the morning and there's just it has a mind of its own. And like if you try to keep it in, you're just gonna be farting all over the place. That's just the reality of it. Like I'm sorry. And so the morning after, it's like when you wake up in someone else's place, especially for the first time, and it's like, here we go. It's my time.
turn on the tap,
And
turn on the shower, rustle through, make some noise, rustle, rustle.
yeah, I always do the turn on the tap thing, but I had to like get up, but this person had a roommate. So he had his own spot downstairs, but the bathroom was just up over the stairs. And so like I was like naked. Um, and so he like I kind of woke up, but I didn't know where the washroom was. That's what it was because I hadn't been in his place before him. We just like went back and then, so I didn't like know the layout of his place. So he had to like tell me where the washroom was. So I kind of had to wake him up. And then he like gave me a house coat to like walk up over the stairs. And so I walked over the stairs and then I had to go like poop. And then, but there was no fan. It was dead silent. Everything's so quiet. So I think I mean, I always do the tap thing. I looked everywhere for some type of spray or like something, like anything that might be able to like shield the fact of what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then I go back down. Obviously, I was way more relieved. But then, of course, what does he do 5 minutes later? He gets up and goes to the washroom.
I hate that. I hate that. It's like, just went to the washroom. Do not, but yeah, don't
Yeah,
go there after. No.
I don't do like
Come on. Have some respect.
even people
Yeah,
I'm with, I don't do that to them because I'm
because
like
you
in
never
a
know.
relationship with. I'm just
Yeah,
like, oh, I know they went to the washroom 5 minutes ago. We're in there for a few minutes. So, like, out of
yeah,
respect for them and myself, I'm just not gonna bother.
yeah.
Or
Because
like
I
if
mean,
there's
because
another washroom option,
it's for your own benefit too. Because you
yeah,
don't want to endure
hmm
that awkward situation of
yeah,
making them feel good,
yeah,
right? And this is what you think, like, but
mm,
like other people aren't thinking like this. You didn't think about this.
yeah.
sometimes I wonder, like, are we the only ones who think like this? And other people might just like they might think like, yeah, she took a shit, like whatever. Like they just
Yeah,
don't care. They don't see it as an issue, maybe that they would even like, yeah, whatever.
it's a huge issue. Like,
Yeah,
I
don't
think
go.
that
You could
other
make friends.
girls like do feel like that, honestly.
I mean,
I'm just
like
like,
guys, I think guys oftentimes feel like um um it makes them feel happy that you took a dump at their house. I think they feel like yes, she's
I
very
wish I could
comfortable.
say it was because I was like comfortable enough to do that, but no, it's because my body would
Yeah.
not let me do
Yeah,
otherwise,
exactly.
you know?
They'll take it in a certain type of way. They'll be
So,
like, oh,
yeah.
I'm glad she thought she could do that
I don't know, but then he
here.
like dropped
I
me
don't
off shortly after, and then things just totally fell apart after that.
know.
So,
Even
to
Josh
this
was
day,
like, I
I'm
gotta take
still
you
wondering
home
if he
now.
smelled my poo. I just want to know. Like, I
You
don't,
know.
not that I care. I'm not even embarrassed about it anymore, but like, I'm just curious. I just want to know, like, did you smell my poop that day?
Was it because of my poop? Or is it my personality?
I just need to know. Like, I know we weren't necessarily jiving in that way, but like, I just need to know if you smell my poop. Anyways, yeah, so I don't think like I've actually like farted on a date. I mean, like I do fart in my sleep a lot though. So like I probably have, but there's no moment I think that stands out. Only in relationships, but not with someone that I'm like newly dating that I can
Yeah.
recall. There's like one fart that stands out to me when someone was going down on me though.
Oh, what? You farted when someone was going out. Did
This was like
I?
a long time ago. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm just like rambling on about my stories at this point.
No,
Like,
no. I'm happy that you got stories and I don't have to disclose
of
anything
course,
to the internet about myself.
I could just be the
You can
embarrassing
all the
one this
hits.
time. This is like a long time ago,
Mm-mm.
and like a long, long time ago. And I still think about it every time I see dried apricots.
Oh my goodness.
I used to love dried apricots. I swear to God, I'm not even making this shit up. Like, I love them. And this is before, like, I knew my limits and my boundaries with them. Like, now you get to a certain point in life where you know,
We need to have some boundaries established here.
but you get to a certain point in life where you, like, know your boundaries with, like, food. You usually
Yeah,
know, like, different types of, what's going on.
you gotta
But
learn
at
the
this
hard way.
point, yeah, I did not know. And so we're
You
eating like a
gotta know how to
bunch.
blend into it.
We're eating a bunch of dried apricots for a snack, and I was like going to town because I loved them. And then later on, he starts going, and I was so gassy that night. So bad. It was awful.
First, make me laugh. I'm sorry. This
And I knew, but I was also so horny. And so he's going down on me, and I loved it, and I was just like loving it, loving it, loving it. But I had to fart so bad, and I was like, I also can't stop, but I have to fart on this guy's face.
wait,
And I was trying to keep it in, but
wait,
again, it's like my sorry, what?
were you farting like,
Like,
were you continuously farting and he's still going? Was that, is that what happened?
I want to say no, but like probably. Like I don't even know. I think I blacked out.
I'm just gonna
And I
pretend.
was not, I wasn't intoxicated at all. The only thing I was intoxicated by was the apricot.
Yes.
And she's coming down on me. But I was also enjoying it, but I knew I had to fart so bad, and I was just like, oh God, oh no. Like, but
Okay,
it
so
it was like the poop scenario, Like it was like the morning poops when you can't, the morning
yeah,
poops
they're just gonna
hit
sleep. Yeah,
different. They just hit different from other types. Like, am I
being
wrong?
sweet, being
Like,
sweet.
I feel like
That's what
when the shit hits in the morning, like it's just different from other times of the day. And
but this,
that's how
but
this
this,
part was.
but this, was it one fart? And was it loud? Could you hear it?
No,
Was it
that's the problem.
violent?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And so I was holding it in, I was doing such a good job, and then the moment I just knew there was a moment when it changed. But I think I still like let him keep going, and I still had an orgasm. So like, I was young and horny,
You,
okay?
so you were able to stay mentally in the moment enough to.
Somehow, like I don't think I wouldn't be able to do that now. I think it's just because I was like young and just horny, like to be honest. And like loved
And this
that,
guy,
you know.
who's this guy? Like, man, dedication.
I cannot say it right here.
No, 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 obviously not. But like, man, dedication.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just so funny. Like I always hear people talk about like, oh, you know, like it almost feels like a chore for them to like get guys to go down on them. But like I swear to God, I don't think I've ever okay, I might be lying when I say this. Mm, maybe not though. I don't know if I've ever been with a guy who doesn't want to go down on me. Like I'm not saying that in like a bragging type way. It's
No,
just
no,
like
I've never had anyone refuse it, but
mhm,
also they like I don't even have to ask because they
mhm,
want, you know what I mean?
mhm.
It's like people got these skills they think, and then they just want to go for it and do it.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm not saying it's always been good, but
Yeah,
people
no,
always
no,
want to do it.
definitely not. But yeah, no, people like they're willing to give it their level best, you know?
Yeah. And sometimes I'm just like, yeah, you know how to do that.
Yeah, let's try.
But yeah, so I don't know what it is, but even in that circumstance, even through the apricot farts, he still
That's a song right now. Like I feel like writing a song called
apricot
Apricot.
farts.
Apricot, apricot farts or apricot farts.
I don't like now when I see dried apricots, I'm like, I know I can only like one or two. Even then, I'm like, I know I'll probably be a little gassy. Like I'm burping right now. You're just talking about it.
Like
You just thought of
I'm sorry. I'm just but
it.
that's horrible. Oh,
I feel
that's
like
nice.
next time like I come to visit, you just need to have like a bowl of dried apricots ready to
Oh my
go.
God. Yes. Apricot warming. Yeah, I'm all for you.
So, anyways, do you have any stories?
No, I don't know what it is to be embarrassed. I've never had a moment. I'm pretty much flawless all the time.
Right, okay.
Mm.
Ooh,
No stories here.
well, I guess I'll just go fuck myself then.
Yeah. This is not like in the sexually.
Hmm.
It was just while walking,
Right.
and but this caused me so much anxiety.
Mm.
I'm afraid it's gonna be grosser than you're gonna think it's grosser than what you said.
Probably not. I mean, I've talked about my farts and poop, so
So I was
I
walking.
love, sorry, not to cut you off, but like I love how you all like joined this and since since we were talking about this conversation. Okay, carry on.
I want to talk about how like the guys are gross. I don't want to talk about how we're
Yeah.
gross. And this wasn't where this conversation was supposed to go.
I mean, you want to talk about
And,
hygiene, so.
and now I have farted, not while
Mhm.
someone was down on me, but like sleeping.
Mm.
And like it's not like it was super loud, but like it woke me up. And
Yeah.
I for like, like I'm still asleep. And the
Yeah. Oh,
person
you
like
always
I
have to
don't
do that.
complain, but they're gonna also pretend they're still asleep too. We're like, no one's gonna acknowledge this because it's too awkward for everybody.
Hmm.
And whatever. Let's just
Yeah.
fall asleep. um but yes, the walking situation. We were walking and like the week before, like I had a cold. You know how like you're over it, but like you're still a little congested.
Hmm.
And we were walking, and I sneezed and I sneezed right into my hand. It was a big old loogie.
Oh
can't
no.
hold his hand, like you can't like trying to talk to me or like
No.
can't remember if he was trying to hold my hand or not, but like it just this hand needed to be used at several points. I'm just like, this hand's not going anywhere until we get somewhere where I can get rid of this. This is how this happened.
No.
Years ago, and I'm a woman now, and that's not something that I would ever do.
Oh no.
But so I just was walking around with this loogie, like
No.
finger webs of that. Just
Oh,
joking.
that's worse. That's worse.
Why would you say that to me? Why would you say that to me?
I'm sorry.
I always
No,
say
I just
too
no, I
much.
meant like that's worse than a
Whenever I go
fart.
to story sharing time, everyone's like sharing their story. I'm like, okay, this is the safe place I can share my story, and everyone's like,
No,
that was
not
weird.
like
Why
that.
would you say that?
No, no, not like that. I meant like I'm just thinking of like the Louis situation, and in my mind, like snot is more gross to me than farts.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that.
Like
But you
I
told me that
can't.
you talked about your poop. I was like, okay.
Not that specific story, but just in general, because I'm just like, no, I can relate in a way that I'm just like, when you're like, stop and you sneeze.
And you didn't know.
Like,
I didn't know. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect
nobody
that was gonna
talks
happen.
about
Where did that come
that.
from? I didn't
Like,
know that was deep
I feel like a
inside of
lot of
me.
people talk about farts, but nobody talks about when you sneeze and the snot comes out.
Yeah.
Or you cough a
And
big
everyone
old
always thinks
loogie.
I'm beautiful on the inside. And then I sneezed a couple minutes from the inside. It's like, it's not beautiful at all. It
It's like, it's rough life when that happens.
is rough
Like, that's
life.
happened in school and stuff before.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, what
hmm
do you do? What do
Yeah.
you
Back in the
do?
days, like, as a kid, yeah. And they like make you feel like you gotta be at school. Well, it's like I cannot go to school if I'm still clearing my throat
Yeah.
because you know when that loogie's gonna hit.
Mm, yeah, exactly. It's true.
Yeah. That's like
So,
torture sending people to school.
mm. And like,
Mm.
there was this one guy when we were younger, when we used to be in choir. I just have this vision of when he would sneeze and the whole class, I'm laughing.
That story. What the whole class was.
I'm laughing, but like I also feel so bad because like the whole class would know when he would start to like, when you start to hear someone like need to sneeze. And the whole class would be like, oh no.
Oh no! Everyone took their
Just
arms away.
imagine like this whole class of
They
like
do. They
grade
came
like four
prepared.
to six kids and like someone like preparing for a sneeze. And the whole and like this was like I think it might have been like a chronic thing, which is why I feel bad for laughing, but like
A chronic sneezer.
like I don't know. I think it might have been related to something else. I have no idea. But like when he sneezed, like it wasn't just a loogie. Like I'm saying like everything would pour out. And this was like a
Yeah,
consistent
I do.
thing, right? And you would know, like
That's
he
horrible.
always had to have his tissues or like run to the washroom and stuff. So and like I felt bad. Um, but it's tough. Like I feel like and even just like having a cold in school, it's so awkward because it's like you don't want to be like that gross kid, but then it's like, oh, I've already went to the washroom so much. I've already, used my tissues so much. So I don't want like someone to know what's coming out of me, but you
Yeah.
can't control it at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
It's so hard. I feel like I was borderline that kid at times.
no, like
No.
I can't get into it right now, but like,
Well, the from the walking date that I was on,
mhm.
where that loogie was from my throat, not my nose. If that makes it
Right.
any better.
They're both just as bad. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make you feel bad.
You farted when someone was going down on you, okay?
It was my dried apricot first. It was bad. Like that was a bad one too. Like it wasn't just like when I was like, oops, I farted. Like cute ones. It was like a silent and like violent apricot first. Like, I feel like anyone who
Okay, you
eats
want the
dried
thing
fruit
that you
knows.
you never like that's not normal for you. Like the silent and violent.
No, that's you.
You're loud and proud, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, but like you just
I'm
want to have
usually like, they don't smell too bad. They're just really loud and hilarious.
yeah,
You are the silent and violent, but that was like, mm,
yeah.
yeah.
How did this? Why did we go down this road with this stuff?
It's a great
This was
question.
supposed to be about men's hygiene and what is just like a non-negotiable for you. Let's go back to that before we just
Yeah, let's
close.
go back to men. I love how like it started off with like a story of me like shitting on men, being like, just like take a shower before you go on a date with me, and like talking about this guy who like sweat all over me, and
We
here I
have
am like
standards.
I like farted on your face.
I'm sorry.
Like snot all over my hand. Basically had a wedge for a hand.
It's not wet. Oh my god! But cut your nails.
Those are uncontrollables, okay? The nails are controllable. Mine are short, but they're controlled. Isn't that what they say? Focus on your controllables.
Hmm.
I don't know. I've worked in retail for a long time. That's what they're always saying to me. So I feel like I just like that was kind of like therapy in a way.
I know. I'm so glad the internet has this now. I think it's going to be really helpful for some people. So,
Hmm.
um, so are there any other non-negotiables for you, or any other hygiene habits that men have or don't have? It's just like, or do we exhaust the topic? Or like, I think that we don't have high expectations with our things. It's just
No,
guys gotta be cutting their nails.
the nails are huge, honestly.
Honestly,
Like I am still on that person to get a mani pedi. Honestly, all the time, just like obviously I don't get a nail polish done, but I'm just like, just go, you know, just go get fixed up a little.
yeah. I think men should make their appointments, nail appointments. Nothing major, but at least like, if you don't want to take the time to do it yourself,
Hmm.
they should get on board with pampering themselves a bit more and just have someone else do it.
Yeah.
And they could set up regular
And
appointments.
I think that
Have
they just feel better if they're like
Mhm.
regularly taking care of themselves,
Right. What do they
like,
think? If you have these long nails, what's going to happen to our insides?
yep.
It's like you're going to take that dagger and just
Hmm.
rip me apart.
Hmm. And he's like, oh no, but I like filed them, see? And it's still there a little bit. I'm like, as long as I can see any type of triangle, because okay, I think this goes back to my childhood as well, which is why I think I'm extra sensitive about it. Because there's a certain person when I used to go to like Bible study or like whatever it was, and it was the like junior soldier like classes or whatever, and the person teaching that she always had the triangle fingernails.
Teaching junior soldiers always had
And
triangle nails. Like in the same way, like not like the ones that
like the
you
cut,
salon.
like it was like one cut here, one cut there, and that's it. And
Who
that
was
is stuck in
teaching
my
you?
mind forever.
Who was teaching you?
I can't, I don't know. I don't want to out people on our Instagram live because if they're gonna see this, but like,
Were they an older person at the time, or were they a younger
it
person? Okay, I
was
think
like
I
one
know
of
who
my
you're
favorite
talking
people
about.
from the church. Like
I
I
think I
loved
know who
her
you're
at the
talking
time.
about. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Hmm. I
Special
think
K is all I have to say.
okay. I already knew. I already knew. You didn't
You
have to say
know
that. Why would you say that?
what? I love
Nothing.
Special K
I love
cereal.
cereal. I love cereal.
I love cereal. I just don't love triangle fingernails. And I that just like stuck in my mind forever for the rest of my life.
Back in grade 6, I went to my friend's sleepover. and her father, there was pizza, and we were all like so hungry. We're gonna dig into this pizza, and her father comes out and says that he made the pizza, and he's like, "Yeah, I put my special ingredient in there, my toenail clippings." I was like, "You just ruined it!" Like that. That triggered me. I had a whole conversation with him about it. I was like, "Why would you say that to me right before I put pizza in my
You
mouth?"
cannot do that. You cannot
And
do
I'm
that.
like eating the pizza. I'm like trying to eat it because I really wanted the pizza, but at the same time, it's just
Hmm.
like I just feel like I'm eating toenails.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stop it.
Hmm.
Oh,
Okay, maybe okay. If if I saw earwax hanging out of someone's ear, let's just say think
stop.
I'm back. I'm sorry. Okay.
No. You had to go. Now this is like, oh, this brings up another thing for me.
Oh my God. Serious?
No,
Why?
it's not an experience that I had, but like there's a certain person who like loves looking at earwax.
Someone lo- so
Like
loves looking at earwax.
we'll
Well, I'm
catch
not going to
him
say it from
like
a medical point of view, because
no,
different
we'll
color earwax
catch
can mean different things. No.
we'll catch him trying to peek in my ears with my earwax. Apparently this is a thing that him and his sister used to do was like look at each other's earwax when they were younger, and then I would
It's
catch him
fun.
like, yeah, I guess just for fun, just because it's like cool or whatever. And I'm like, that is disgusting to me, and like, no, that's a non-negotiable.
Yeah. You gotta clean out them wiggers.
I feel like I'm just outing this person for everything.
The person's on it. Oh my God. But like at the same time,
Oh,
like the cleanest, most well put together person.
yeah, but then like he knows how to do it too much. But at certain times when he's getting a little too comfortable or whatever, just a little too playful, and then I'm like, no, you know. Because it's like, if you're actually interested, I don't know, like, yeah, I guess if it's like a medical reason or something, but even so, it's like, it's just weird to me. I'm like, I know I have a little bit earwax. I have issues with that. Yes, I have to go get my ears like cleaned by the doctor like every 5 seconds, but that's a doctor thing.
Hmm. Hmm. So I'm just trying to think of other issues. Oh, I just thought of another gross thing I could tell you. No, no, anyways.
Oh no.
No, I'm not gonna
Don't say
say
it because I probably have something related to it.
that.
I love
um,
how I'm shitting out all the things that I have. I have excess earwax. I'm excessively sweaty. Like,
you can't ignore that. Well, that's the thing. It comes back to we need. Well, for me, I need to be the gross one
yeah.
in the relationship. Yeah, or in the situation. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um.
Relationships are about balance, you know? You
Yeah.
can't both be like that.
No. It's not really that gross. Like, what about like skin peeling off the lips? If they show up on the first
Mm.
date and it's like that, would that be triggering? Or you just want to rip it off and be fine?
Oh, no. Now you're making me
Or
think of someone
just a
else's
lip gloss
lip.
for you. It's fine.
Um, oh, my AirPods are dying. Can you still hear
Okay.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, one
Keep
second. I'm
talking.
gonna take out my AirPods.
Keep talking. Okay. Okay. This conversation lasted longer than
I
I
was
thought it
going.
was going to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah?
Okay.
Can you hear
Um,
me?
yeah, yeah. You're,
Keep pulling up. I can't hear you now.
you can't hear me? Nope.
I think you ruined it.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, the
Um,
lips.
the lips thing, not necessarily. I just like
Hmm.
might be less inclined to kiss the person.
Hmm.
I get like I mean, a lot of people struggle with drive.
I struggle with dry
That
lips.
was so, I was about to be so serious about that. I was like, Beth, like, chill. But a lot of people do struggle with dry lips. Like, it's a
Yeah.
serious thing, especially in the winter. Like, I
Like
don't
I'm right
know.
now. I'm even going like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I noticed that I was actually doing that as well. I'll try not to because I put on lipstick, but it's all gone now. So, but a lot of people do struggle with like really, really dry lips, right?
Yeah.
So I know that's like a thing, but if they're like that dry, like to the point where you can like really see it all like
It
peeling
just
off
like
and stuff.
hanging out, and you just want to like
Like,
pull it.
um, there's also like so many, like if you're actually invested in skincare and stuff, like you will come to learn that there are things that you can do for that. People with
Yeah.
really dry, I mean, there are treatments for that, um, that can really help that aren't a
Yeah.
lot of money and stuff. Um, but when it's at that point, it's like, no, it won't necessarily deter me in the way that like a booger will, or
No.
something like that, you know, some like, or like earwax or something.
Yeah.
It won't gross me out in that way. But I mean, like, I would be less inclined to like make out with you for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what about I don't know, just someone who just shows up like wrinkly clothes or like got like a food stain on their shirt or something. Like
Yeah.
that you could see that like they didn't really wash their clothes before they came to the date. That'd be like a non-negotiable, like, no, I'm not doing this. Is that what you mean? Or it's not a big deal? What do you mean?
Oh no, like non-negotiable. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Like, I don't want to sound like a bitch, but like, just no. And like again, I'm also I keep saying these things and I think about myself and I'm like, I always have stains on my clothes. Like I'm
I
always
know, I
spilling,
know.
like I'm always spilling food on myself. But I don't think I've ever showed up to a date like that.
No.
And I just don't think it's like I just if you're gonna make a first impression on anyone, like it doesn't even have to be a date. I just think that you should be trying to put your best self forward. I really
Yeah.
do. And to me, that's
Yeah.
saying that you didn't find this important enough to put in the effort and to put your best self forward. That's how
Yeah.
I interpret it. You know, it's just kind of like, oh, this is another night for me, you know, or I don't care enough to try and fix the stain on my shirt.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's that.
Okay. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, I mean, like other hygiene things. I mean, like, what would you think of like a unibrow?
I don't know. Females are they've been pulling off the unibrow
Really?
look. Yes. It's a thing. People try to make a unibrow. You know those thick eyebrows? People
But
went to
like the
town with it. And
unibrow?
yeah, they went on
No.
full on unibrow, like more like models.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. How
Yeah.
many times?
Not everybody, but like
Mm.
that is a thing for some people, especially with those big bushy brows. They go really strong
Right.
with it.
Mm.
A unibrow, I just think it not like it's not a thing for me, but like if I saw it and it looked okay, I feel like some models are pulling it off. Like, well, some might disagree, but I don't know. I don't think it'd be like a non-negotiable, but yeah. But you could also wax it, but you don't have to. Like, I don't know.
Right.
But like, it maybe it depends. I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't know. You just sometimes you don't know what's gonna throw you off, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna say that's definitely gonna throw me off.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Like, what about like a patchy beard or untrimmed and scraggly?
That's not something I would necessarily notice right away. I guess it depends on how bad it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like in most cases, if something isn't like blatantly gross, like
Yeah.
even like the dagger fingernails was not something I noticed necessarily right away because it's not it's not to the full extent of like the triangle nails that I was talking about with that person. You know, it was like
Yeah.
it was more like I guess a little more subtle.
Yeah.
But I think that like, you know, once the more you get to know a person, obviously the more that you notice and like their little like things and their habits that I'm just like,
Yeah.
this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
But I feel like from like a beard, no. Unless it was like really bad. But you know, I could be
Patchy.
down. You know, I'm pretty good with that stuff. Like if it I guess
Throws
it
me off a little bit.
depends. I don't know. I guess it really depends on the person, how bad it is,
Yeah.
how well they can pull off something like, you know, the
Yeah.
scraggly look.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because, like there's some, it's just, okay, there's some beards out there that are like the equivalent to like someone who's balding and they just can't let go of their hair. So they just got like a couple pieces of hair over here and then they comb it all the way over to here.
Hmm.
It's like, just get rid of it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's like, it's time to let go.
Yeah. 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 No, I get that.
So beards that look like that, where it's just like,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
Or what about a beard with food stuck in it and that they missed?
Oh, yeah. No.
Like what
Ew.
can't is like and you look through and you're like, oh, there's some
No. No.
like, hey,
This
just let
is
me
just
pick
like
that out
this
for you.
is
Come here, let me pick that out of your beard for you now.
Yeah.
And just
No.
like, oh, no problem here. Let mommy get it.
No. I don't want. I don't want to do that ever.
No, no, I'm sorry. I know I had to make it cringe.
Never do I ever want to do that.
Never do I ever want to do that.
No. So, what about
Oh my God, I'm afraid.
what about if you're gonna like go down a guy,
What?
and there's like a big ol' like hair stuck around it or something, or like a big old like woolly, you know, like something like
Oh,
blatantly obvious before you're about right before you're about to like, you know,
you don't that okay. I just turn off the lights before I look at it.
and just like pretend it's not in your mouth.
Oh, and it gets in your mouth.
Pretend that you're not swallowing a big old like hair.
No, no, I'll be like,
Right. Okay.
I always take a spit bucket with me.
Okay.
Anything gets in my
Gotcha.
mouth, I just.
All right.
I'm just joking. I don't do
Take a
that.
bucket. I know.
I thought you were taking me seriously.
Okay. All right. I will take a bucket next time.
This is what Megan does. I brought my pail. Get the salt beef
That's what I
bucket.
would say too. Literally, that's always what I say. I'm just like, I don't know. Megan said it was okay.
Yeah. Anything that you do, are like, okay, Beth does this. All right. This is
Yeah,
like this is what
absolutely.
the cool people are doing. Beth does it.
Yeah. Anything's normal if you do it.
Okay, Beth. No, this is not normal because I've already done something abnormal here today.
What?
It was another makeup hack, and I saw it just before we got on here, so I tried it. It's just not now that I see that this light is on me, it's something that didn't work.
Oh, really?
But
Because I was thinking that you looked really nice in your lighting, and I looked awful in my lighting. And I should have tried harder.
no, I'm doing this now because I've been noticing it. Oh my God,
What?
I keep trying these makeup hacks.
I need to
You
know
know,
what.
it's like color correcting stuff. I did that before, and
Yeah.
Dad told me that he's like, Megan, did someone punch you? I'm like,
That's
no.
what Dad said?
Yeah, and Mom was like, it's her makeup, Dennis. Mom was vouching for me because she knew I was like working so hard. I'm like, Mom, I saw this on the internet. And Dad literally, like, Dad was concerned. He thought someone hit me, and I was like trying to cover it.
It's so funny.
I was like, purple here, green there.
That's
Anyways,
hilarious.
this makeup hack was take the bronzer or something, and then like, and you make it like a dot on your cheek, like where if you pressed in, you touch your teeth if you made a hole or something.
Mhm.
That's what they said. Like they said, like they described it that way.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, I know. And so I did that, but they said, but don't. They said don't rub it out.
Right.
And they said, well, you do. You just go like this in a circle, but you don't go like that. And now I'm like, now that in the mirror, in that lighting, it didn't look like it was there. And now in this lighting, it's like I have these like two dots on my face. Like this makeup pack was a fail. Don't anyone do it. If you see this TikTok, don't do it. TikTok is trying to make you
The
look like an idiot.
advertisement for the one not to do.
Yes. And that's
I
what that
didn't
other
notice
one.
it though until you pointed it out, and I'm like, oh yeah, now I see it.
Maybe people thought I just had rested my hand there and made a circle on my face.
Yeah. I don't think I would have been able to tell though if you didn't point it out. Like I literally just thought it was like I think it's
Shadow.
actually yeah, a shadow or like
Maybe that's the idea.
yeah.
Maybe the picture would look like, yeah. Maybe you're supposed to see the circle.
But you can probably like see it more yourself, you know.
Yeah, knowing your own face.
Yeah.
Ugh, TikTok. I don't. It wasn't a TikTok. It was a reel. But you
Mhm.
know those makeup hacks. They tell you to put your lip liner like up like this. Some people go like this. Put it on up there, and like you don't
Yeah.
even know
I
by
know.
the picture they've taken, but you see it in person, and you look side on it. Like it looks so stupid.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no. I'm just gonna embrace my little lips. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't follow like makeup tutorials anymore or anything. I don't know, maybe I should, but but I don't know. I just feel like
Hmm.
rather than following trends, like we should just really be trying to like work with what we have, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Because some of it, like someone told me, like, I have a heart-shaped face. So it's like me trying to
Hmm.
do this, the cat thing
Hmm.
is like giving my upper head even more width up here,
Mm.
which is not necessarily what
Yeah,
like
that makes
my
sense.
face shape. Yeah, you can do whatever you want and try whatever you
Mm.
want, but
Yeah.
like with my face shape, I could go more like have like longer lashes in the center.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I did like a little bit of it today, but
Yeah.
just on the end, because I find when I do like eyeliner like all the way around, I often find like it just doesn't suit, it makes me look fatter. That's the only way I can describe it. Just like doesn't look good on me, I find. Like on in pictures and stuff, like
Yeah.
it just like doesn't do the right thing for me. So I like tried it out again today, but I think like I just like myself better without eyeliner, just like mascara.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I kind of feel the same. Like I'll put a little bit of eyeliner on the edges sometimes.
yeah.
And I do like that, like you said, but not going all the way over. When I
Hmm.
put it all the way, I honestly feel like I'm trying to do like I look like a whore. And not that a whore looks like anything. That was probably bad say nowadays. But you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like I'm trying to do the makeup like that.
Yeah, yeah,
And not that anyone who ever does that looks like that. That's
yeah,
just me. Because
yeah.
I'm so blonde. Like I'm so blonde. It's all I can see is
Hmm.
like on my eyes and it just looks like rain. I don't know.
Hmm.
But I think it's also exaggerated in my mind too.
Oh, absolutely. Because when I look at you and you do your eyeliner, I'm not thinking that. I'm just like,
No?
oh, Megan can pull it off way better than I can. But yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like eyeliner, like especially the liquid eyeliner in my eyes, just like never been my look. But yeah.
I I like the glass skin look
Hmm.
that people are doing nowadays, like the shine, like their faces are shiny. Like it's all about the skincare, really.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I think we've covered it. Is there anything else gross that men do? Any other non-negotiables?
Um, we covered
You
yeah,
covered
like
bad
the
breath.
beard, yeah, the bad breath, snot.
No,
Why
not
do
the
people have like goop in their
crummy
eyes?
goop. Get that goop out. Yeah, you
Get the
cannot
goop
have.
out of the eyes.
I thought about that one a few times while we were talking. I kept forgetting to bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, a goop, a goopy eye is a no.
Yeah. A goopy eye is I'm trying to rhyme. A goopy eye is like a poopy something. I don't know.
You could be on like a poopy butt. Just don't do it. Oh my God.
Okay, we gotta stop.
Yeah.
I think we covered it all. I think that's my cue to stop.
Yeah. It's time to end this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, peace. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Again, I think you can save that live, so
Oh,
do
how
that.
do I do that?
It's there somewhere. I think
Okay.
you just end it and it'll give you the option.
Right. Okay. Cool. Okay. Bye.
Bye.